Hello, Steam Next Fest, and all of our fans on Discord. We are Exceptional Games. This is Knockout 2, Wrath of the Karen. I'm Ben Ritter. I'm an artist on this game. This is Tyler.
Hello. I'm the programmer for Knockout 2.
Absolutely. We're just going to jump right into it, and since it's our last scheduled stream, we're going to show you a little bit more than you're used to.
So, if we haven't shown this off, we need to bring focus to the game.
Oh, that's my bad. Fixed.
Alright, so we haven't shown this off yet, but this is actually the tutorial for Knockout 2. So we have a little training dummy here. We tell you to punch each corner twice, and then you gotta use your haymaker in order to finish out this tutorial. And then it sends you right into the scam brawler fight. FBI, this is a legitimate cruise package hotline. Get out of my office now. Gladly. It's a sauna of body sweat and weak old lassie in here. But first, about your scam operation. You wouldn't get scammed if you weren't so stupid. Dumb or not, we can still throw down. Alright, now which one of you stole my Farmville credits? Oh, the guys at Chore Bazaar? I can take you there after this if you want.
Alright, Scam Brawler, this is the first fight in the game. He's a bit of a pushover, at least at first. And he will block your punches if you just keep throwing one side. And so the way to open him up, first, Tyler's going to block, which immediately brings you back out of being winded. But to open him up, you have to alternate your left and right punches. Doesn't matter if they're high or low, just, catch them off guard. And then when you've got your special meter filled, you can throw that special with the Y button. Now the controls in this, the default modern controls use the bumpers and the triggers on your controllers. So top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. But if you're a fan of Punch Out, say on the NES, you can also use the A and X buttons on the Xbox controller, or the cross and square buttons on a PlayStation controller. You just hold up to jab. So, if Tyler knocks him out 3 times in one round, that's going to be a technical knockout and an instant win. Just like that.
All of the characters in the game have a unique knockout animation as well that we've implemented. So these are the challenges that you saw us completing, as well as the fact that Karen is actually the second character in the full game, not the third character. Mm-hmm. We also just leveled up and earned some new max HP, as well as some additional stamina.
Now those of you playing the demo, with Karen being the third character, we've actually changed her up so that she's a bit harder.
Amazing job in there, rookie. Well then, welcome to the FBI. We at the Federal Boxing Investigations Bureau are proud to have you. Also, our other agents keep dying. And truthfully, we need you now more than ever. You saw it yourself. Something terrible is happening. It's like good, normal, upstanding people are just going crazy, and it's our job to find out why. You report to me directly. Call sign Renegade if you must use the comms, but I'm pretty darn dead if you hadn't noticed. I can just haunt you for a while and stay in touch that way. Hurry over here. I already have your next mission burning a hole in my desk.
Now, to anyone who's played the first game, you'll recognize these two.
It's the news anchors Jack and Jill here. So Jill, tonight, is culinary boxing right for you? Then, a new dating app has users flirting in the ring. This is TKO News.
But first, breaking news. The FBI raided a business in Mumbai, India, where an illegal scam call center was operating. Critics warned this furthers a dangerous trend of extra-legal government intervention since the adoption of boxing to solve all of our problems. However, haters of scam calls immediately challenged said critics to a boxing match and prevailed in a decisive, massive battle royale. In a statement, the FBI revealed this raid was part of their mandate to battle what many are now calling Karenism. TKO News will follow this story closely.
All right. And this is something else that we haven't shown off before. We've got a big crazy board here where you can see different bits of lore, and you see those stars above us. It's not really possible to navigate to it with the controller right now. That is something we're going to be fixing in the future. But those little articles are actually tappable with a mouse and keyboard, and they show you a bit of lore about the world, So as you complete the challenges on these characters, which you can see the challenges right here for Scam Brawler, as you complete each of those, you'll earn a new bit of lore for your crazy board here. And you can see the second character here is Karen the Karen.
The Karen.
Indeed.
A confusingly named middle-aged woman is terrorizing the area. Keeps showing up at headquarters demanding to talk to people in charge. She has been told Illuminati executives are out of office, so please escort her off the premises.
With pleasure. And for those of you who've watched our previous streams, you'll notice that she's quite a bit easier than the final boss in the demo. Just as he mentioned, we've changed her up a bit for the demo. What? You're not the manager? Consider yourself lucky. You're not even worth sending our rookie here. No offense, rookie. You must think I woke up wanting to be treated this badly. Well, yeah, kind of. Well, somebody better make their frappuccinos right now, or my kids are gonna scream, and then I'm gonna scream. Hey, law says we can box them too.
And just as Tyler gets started here, I want you to go ahead and type any questions you have for us in the chat or in Discord or even on YouTube if you're over there. Over the course of us playing the game, we'll be collating that and we will answer your questions.
So you'll notice that the characters are flashing red and yellow here, and if you time an attack or a special during those times, then you're rewarded with a long days period. Although sometimes if they're yellow, that's the tell state, that means that there might actually be something special about hitting that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. So you can tell, especially when he times a special attack to counter, it does a ton more damage even just by itself.
It also tends to give you a much longer days.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so she winds up. That was a block. That he whiffed the block. But this will give us an opportunity to show you dodging. So dodge and punish. You have to hit on the correct side of the screen where she's at, or else you will whiff.
Yeah, that's something that we probably need to tutorialize a little better.
Yeah. I like to think that the people I've seen playing this game on YouTube do figure it out, but it is definitely something missing from a tutorialization.
Indeed. So we unlocked some more challenges, we've unlocked her time trial, and then we've unlocked the third character in the campaign, Giga-chad.
Gain some experience points for your FBI badge, and a little bit of your paycheck. We might go over that later.
In the end, the backlash to adding self-checkout was followed by more backlash over removing self-checkout.
Breaking news! Federal boxing agents were dispatched to a supermarket in Texas, not because of any national crisis or major event, but because of a single angry woman. Reaction online has been surprisingly positive, with crowdfunding campaigns reaching into the thousands requesting the FBI's help in other matters. One woman told us, "If I took too long to input my PIN number, that woman would try to fight me. Thank you, FBI." Yikes. Have things really gotten this bad? Next time on TKO News.
So, anybody who watched would you like to give Giga-chad a try?
Sure.
Anybody who's watched the previous streams might have noticed that the dialogue lines are a little different in this version than the demo, because we did update the story just a scotch.
I was also listening to anyone playing the game on YouTube, and whenever there was a particularly difficult line, I was like, uh-oh, I wrote that badly. So those have been eased. Hey, watch this. I can use a lat pull-down machine with just my glutes.
Oh my god, that is a serious health code violation.
Whoa there, officer. Have some decorum in these hallowed grounds. You must be at least this naked to enter.
Just so long as what you have on stays on when we arrest you, we're happy.
And don't clean the sweat when you're done. We're trying to keep this iron seasoned.
We're not paid enough for this.
This guy is one of my favorites. You'll also notice a difference in this character compared to the demo.
Indeed. He starts off in his high bravado state rather than his low bravado state, which you can see there with the thought bubbles above his head.
Mm-hmm. The more I hit him, the more he just doesn't care, and the more he thinks about himself. But
and maybe the player a little bit.
And maybe a little bit. But if you counter him, if you block him, then you're going to reduce that bravado quite a bit, and he's going to go into a separate type of attack.
The more he hits you, though, the more bravado he gets, as you saw. When he hit him with that weight right there, he got a little bit of bravado back from that.
So speedrunners, take note. He does have two phases, but they can be on at any time, depending on how you play. And he's down. That down animation catches a lot of people off guard, and I love it. Alright, so I'm showing off here perfect blocks when I actually hit them. Perfect blocks do a few things. They give you quite a bit of stamina back. They give you quite a bit of power. And importantly, this character has flashing white gloves when he's going to hit you with an unblockable attack. Those can only be countered, really, with, other than a counter punch, a perfect block.
And then you'll notice when he threw that big weight when he was doing his clean press, that one actually flashed red to show you that it cannot be blocked at all, even with a perfect block.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to do that again. Watch the barbell turn red. And you'll find out that if I just hold block, there's absolutely no way to block that.
We actually just got an achievement for that as well. Although I don't think the achievement shows up on this stream. I could be wrong.
Oh, it might. Depending on how I set it up. I have to go back and watch that. Alright. So, counter.
It does, actually.
Counter. Oh, nice. Counter. Alright, buddy. For real. We're going to take you down.
Alright, he just got a special counter there so that he got a long days period. As you beat him up, too, as he gets more knockdowns, it's easier and easier to send him into that low bravado state.
Mm-hmm. And you can even see, because the character himself flashes red when he's vulnerable, I can interrupt a lot of his attacks that are quite fast otherwise. So yes, you can react to the game, but if you know what's coming, then you can play it even more effectively.
Looks like we're going for a round 2 TKO.
I'll see if I can do it. Probably can, but it's been a while since I've played him.
Can punch the numbers to recover some of your health as well.
That's right. I always forget that.
That was a great timed counter there.
And he is down.
Perfect.
Victory. Operation successful. We have time readouts, both in the in-game clock and the real time for anyone who's interested in that. I know in particular our Discord is very interested in speedrunning this game, and we welcome you to join us.
In addition to that time trial that you keep seeing here on the unlocked fights, the time trial actually has some par times that we've set as well for you guys to try to beat.
Mm-hmm.
In conclusion, this is terrible news for my own Gymfluencer career.
Breaking news! In just a few short weeks, the FBI has skyrocketed from a 51% approval rating to near universal praise. After everything from punching gas prices into submission to battling the always broken ice cream machines at McDonald's, people around the nation are rejoicing over the agency's new direction. One agent even knocked out the guy who added ads to Netflix subscriptions. We can barely keep up. Today, the feds took the first step in removing disingenuous influencers from gyms, YMCA buildings, and town swimming pools. As the agency's containment of Karenism continues, where might they focus next?
Alright, before we show off the next character, should we maybe go and buy some items from the shop?
Sure, be my guest.
Alright. So, I believe when we go back here, we're going to have this tutorial for the missions actually first. So this is going to show you the different kind of custom missions that you can choose in the game. We have missions for Scam Brawler, Karen, Giga-chad, and Cat Lady, who is the character that we haven't shown off yet and is not present in the demo here. But instead of doing missions here, let's go ahead and go back here to the shop. So we're going to buy these used gloves, just like the Renegade is telling us to do. And you can see these can change up how you play the game pretty substantially. So we deal more damage, but we also use a lot more stamina when we have this equipped. So we've got those equipped now. We can go to the wardrobe here and actually see the different options for our character. So we can choose our skin color, we can change the color of our hair, we can change the color of our clothes, as well as equip all of these different items that we have. Mm-hmm. Although ours is already equipped here for the gloves, so we're just going to head back to the title scene here and go and fight Cat Lady.
Yeah.
A local woman was warned to stop collecting cats. Dangerous levels of feline density detected in Fairleigh, with a blast radius that could endanger headquarters. Investigate and neutralize. She also stole the director's cat, so he's kind of got a personal vendetta against her.
Knock, knock. Oh my god! Nobody make any sparks. There's enough ammonia in here to make Chelyabinsk. I should have learned how to say that. Looked like a bottle rocket.
Yeah, sorry for any Russians and Ukrainians out there if we butchered that. I think that's Russian though, right?
It is.
Please shut the door. You'll let the cats out.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you the plumber I called? I've been forced to use the cat box for a week.
Gross, man. You just know this place doesn't have trash service.
Well?
Let's hurry up and find the director's cat and get the hell out of here, rookie.
What? No, you can't take my babies away.
Round 1.
So this fight actually has some substantial changes that we've already made that aren't present here in this version of the game, but yeah, it'll be something unique for you guys to find out once you guys actually get the full game here.
Mm-hmm. We're kind of just flying through the characters because we don't want to reveal everything, obviously, but you know, at the same time, it's time to show them off. And so, here you go. Oh, you missed it by frames.
I did.
Ooh.
I missed that as well.
That's an unblockable, or at least a perfect blockable. Cat Lady's attacks are purposely differently timed. She does a lot of stuff with her cats, which, you know, they're the ones that are actually attacking you more than her. So, like, she has a really long wind-up that you don't expect, and it can throw you off if you're not used to it.
I really love the Looney Tunes-esque ability there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, as you knock the cats into her, it dazes her, and that's her daze.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that special attack there as well. I just managed to knock the cats into her, and might have shown off a secret mechanic there, but that's for you to discover.
Lots of challenges completed all at once there.
Indeed.
I think we play our own game a little too much. So we've unlocked Florida Man. I think Florida Man was shown off in a really early state quite a while ago, and he's one of our favorite punching bags for our advertisements, so if you've seen any of those, you kind of know what's coming. Ooh.
That's not happened to me before.
It's a live demo, and that's okay. I can restart the game if we have to, and I might have to.
You might have to.
I might have to. Hey Jason, behind the camera, would you hold Alt and press F4 for me?
That's what we get for testing this version of the game instead of the demo. The demo is a little bit more polished because this is actually our playtest that we have for our private testers here. And yeah.
Alt Enter, please. Where's my mouse?
I thought that might have happened to it. What it looked like happened is that it looked like we got two of those dialogues that appeared at the same time. So the first one disappeared and the second one stayed on screen.
Yeah. Which I think a lot of that type of situation has been fixed since this playtest came out.
Yeah, one of our playtesters did report that, and I hopefully fixed it, just not on this version yet.
Mm-hmm. All right. Florida Man. Company charge! Don't bite till you see the whites of their eyes.
Come on, man. You're making all of us sovereign citizens look bad.
Sorry, Fed. Thought you were one of them tax boys again. I'd offer you a drink, but I'm afraid this stuff would kill you.
And the dozens of gators wouldn't?
Wait, before we do this, could y'all take like 2 steps to the left? That's my garden you're stepping in.
Wait, really?
So, Florida Man.
Florida Man is one of the next characters that has 2 distinct phases, just like Giga-chad does. So you can see in this first phase, he's using his jug to block and attack you. If you knock the jug out of his hands like that, it goes over to his gator Willy. Ooh, barely missed that one.
His attacks are pretty fast.
He's where the game really starts to get difficult. At least for those of you who are familiar with Punch-Out. For any of you unfamiliar with Punch-Out, the game kind of starts getting difficult at Giga-chad.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so now, he no longer has his jug to attack me with, he's just going to brawl. Thankfully, he's got really, really strong indication that he's going to attack.
He can also throw his gator at you in this second phase. As you just saw there. The gator is completely unblockable as well, so the only way to get away from it is to dodge.
Mm-hmm. And there's a secret, say, like 2.5 phase of this guy, if you can find it.
I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with that jug.
I always forget I can counter him after he throws that gator. This is a fight I really want to get good at a certain point. Alright, I've got plenty of resources. First knockdown of round 2.
Might even be able to get a TKO in this round.
I think I can do that. I also love his dialogue and his voice actor is one of my friends, who his wife worked for us and did like nearly all the art design for this thing. And he just comes in and he's like, I want to voice that character. And we're like, I want you to voice that character. And he did such an amazing job.
And there it is, a TKO.
Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite
Knockout
knockout animations there. Alrighty.
Ooh. And then the next brawler in the game, Bridezilla. Then people adopted thousands of baby gators as pets, which now roam the street as people abandon them.
Breaking news. A Florida man turned his sizable collection of pet alligators into a trained militia. The FBI seized the animals following their involvement in several thefts and break-ins of government property. The toothy thieves are credited with stealing school sports trophies, an entire Mogan Dave distribution truck, and all the copper from air conditioners within a 3-county area. The animals have been granted clemency in return for their participation in AA meetings, and are currently performing community service in Okapi. Stay tuned to TKO News for updates as they happen. The Bridezilla, who is the bouquet bandit. She was left at the altar and now she's mad. Currently tracking a rampaging bride across multiple states. Our routine monitoring for terrorism in the country's church has finally revealed a domestic threat. Put a stop to whomever or whatever is causing immense property damage.
She's one of the few characters in this game who actually takes real boxing lessons as well.
Yeah. You better be here with the floral arrangements.
I'm more of an herbal kind of guy myself. Thanks, though. Careful, rookie. This lady's got enough wedding rings for a whole brass knuckle.
Cops, you can't arrest me. This is my big day. Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
Oh my god. Did I really used to sound like that? She's crazy, rookie. Let's make this fast.
There are clues in his dialogue as to who the renegade actually is. Alright, so she is a brawler. She'll attack you from the side. She will hit you with random stuff.
Various wedding-themed attacks, for sure. Like her garter toss there. Her bouquet toss and cake smash. But she just managed to counter beautifully.
Oh yeah. And she has an infinite combo on her too, if you know what to look for.
You can see her face really red like that. That actually shows that she's enraged. Although now she's sleeping.
So her fight flow changes slightly depending on if she's enraged. So if you're doing particularly well, that could actually be to your detriment. And then you'll have to figure that out. Also, that was a neat bug I just saw there.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that bug before. She slid in her cake but didn't use it.
Bam.
Didn't really look like a bug, so...
Yeah, I mean, it worked out.
Yeah.
And by the time the game ships, any bugs become features, right? Bam.
I like her fake get-up animation there. She's about to get up and then her own bouquet hits her in the head.
I like the sound for it. I found the most gnarly metal hitting metal sound. It doesn't make sense, logically, but it works for the game.
That's a pretty great TKO animation as well.
Thank you. You know how long it took to make all those cake particles? Unlocked Harold and Gerald.
Awesome. We've got 150 health already and 115 stamina, so we have 50% more health than we did when we started the game, which is something that we had talked about in the other streams, is that you actually do level up and earn different bonuses from those items. The Wedding Venue Association opposes the bill, which they say would destroy their businesses if Karens were to be banned.
Which leads us into some breaking news. The boxing bride on the run has captivated the nation, and tonight, her reign of terror has finally come to an end. The FBI leapfrogged the law enforcement of 3 different states to intercept the suspect on her way to her 17th bakery.
17th bakery.
We don't need to remind this audience what happened to the others before. The suspect remains innocent until boxed guilty. Stay tuned for more on this and other stories.
All right. I think this is the last character that we're going to show here in the playthrough, but we're going to show you the Heralds of Karen, Heralds of the Great Karen. Deliberately ignored a no solicitors sign.
Which is a federal offense here.
A pair of doomsday cultists showed up at our door to invite us to the communion of Karen, which is entirely legal, but really, really annoying. Take them out. With pleasure, Director.
Look, Gerald, a new sister approaches. Fetch the night-night bottle.
For as nice as you two are, you two sure are dark.
Ah, and she brings a lost soul with her. How wonderful.
Not lost, just some unfinished business to take care of. Like you two.
You'll find we've broken no laws, Agent, they say together.
Still gonna fight you anyways. We've had a bad day, and you're giving me the creeps. You can see this fight is incredibly unique compared to the other fights. We're actually fighting 2 different characters at the same time. You can see here that they each have their own separate health bars even.
Being able to counter these guys takes a lot of skill and practice.
Yeah, they're quite fast, as I'm sure you guys have noticed.
Your saving grace is that their movesets are mirrored. Kaboom.
Earn back some health here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's happening? Oh, alright. I think that's where we'll call it for that.
Yep.
Go ahead and quit out of that.
I hope you've been asking questions in the chat, because we're about to have Jason, sitting behind the camera, read stuff out to us if there's anything.
And we don't have a lot of questions today, so type them in. We'll get to them pretty quickly. The first question is from Discord. Casual Striking Great asks, what characters were scraped from Knockout 2?
Scraped from Knockout 2.
I think.
Scrapped from Knockout 2.
Yeah, scrapped.
Yeah, we had some designs for a used car salesman. That's similar to an answer I gave in a previous stream. Is like, who would you add into the game from this point forward? And I would definitely choose that.
We also had a concept art at one point for a Texan, a big Texan guy with a cigar. I think one of his attacks, he was going to burn you with his cigar.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then we had several ideas, but they never made it into the game. But I think those were the only 2 characters that ended up getting scrapped after the concept art phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, type your questions into Steam, YouTube, Discord, and we'll get to them. Next question is, what are some of the biggest changes between people who maybe played our first game, Election Year Knockout, and Knockout 2?
Well, thankfully, if you're a fan of the first game, the mechanics are largely the same. We've only added, and we've not taken away. For instance, if you're a fan of dodging but always wanted to be able to cancel it for some fancy tech, you can do that now, thanks to Tyler over here. And also, the whole character experience system and wardrobe that Tyler's showing off on screen here is a major difference for the main campaign. You can't take these into time trials with you. However, you can really spec your character out as the game gets more difficult into the 2nd and 3rd circuits that you play that we call Prestige. And I would suppose Prestige is another major difference. The first game had what we called EX fights, which were wholly separate characters based off of one of your previous fights. But because we have the systems in place now to do an awful lot more with what a character can do on replay, we went ahead and just made the game so that as you go through it, they throw different attacks at you, they have different health and ability loadouts, and you're going to be quite surprised at just how different each prestige feels.
I've asked this in the other streams, but how are the fights replayable? And we've talked about the missions. Could we play one of the missions maybe really quick?
I don't see why not, as long as it doesn't crash.
Yeah. In this version, we can't actually tap the event mission, so you'll have to tap that with the mouse, though.
I can do that. All right. Yeah, I mean, we're running a rather old build of the game here.
The event missions there.
The event missions. Say daily mission.
Sure.
So no instant KDs, more health.
More health twice, apparently.
Let's see. This, I think, is a little more interesting. You can't do any instant knockouts, which is a secret feature of this particular fight.
And he stays in his daze and idle phases a little bit shorter time.
Mm-hmm.
This should be a relatively easy mission to accomplish and gain some extra EXP and extra Fed creds, though.
Mm-hmm. And as you get good at the missions, they're going to challenge you more than this, even. Open the door, get on the floor.
All sorts of achievements that we've unlocked today, haven't we? Which is something else that is not present in the demo, but that we're showing off here in this playtest version.
I love Scam Brawler's dialogue. He's constantly asking who the famous YouTube scam baiters are. And he's got someone he's sweet on in his workplace.
Jim Brownies.
Mm-hmm. And then I think he calls you fat.
We are Americans, so it's
Mm-hmm.
only fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Earned some experience there and some more Fed creds. Wonderful.
There's a dog who wants in. Well, ain't that interesting?
He's not supposed to say this a second time.
Well, our Discord will have a lot to poke fun at us about.
We're just going to skip through that. We've already read through this dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
We've got another question from the audience. From Steam, Stick asks, question for Ben and Tyler respectively. What was your favorite character to design and what was your favorite character to program?
Ooh. Well, the designs kept creeping in scope. But
You're welcome.
But I will say I think the Heralds are my favorite to have designed. That is one of those where I did the fight flow an awful lot on my own. And planning that with the animations in mind can be a lot more fun for me.
And without sounding like I'm beating a dead horse, I do think that was the most fun fight to program as well, because there was a lot of extra mechanics that I was able to implement specifically for that fight, considering there's two separate characters on screen and I didn't want them to share the same health bar and the same health pool. I thought that would be kind of cheap, so I ended up going and programming a system where they can each have their own health bar and different sets of pools of health and everything, and it really made that fight stand out as a unique fight, I think.
And I'll say I'm most proud of Giga-chad, because we actually had a problem with Giga-chad for a while where everyone we showed it to didn't know how to fight him. So we actually had to go back to the drawing board in that fight and figure out where we went wrong and what we needed to add in order to make it clear.
Yeah, without knowing that he's got this bravado mechanic, it makes it a little bit more boring because you end up mostly just staying in that first high bravado phase and you're not really able to know what you're doing wrong. You just kind of sit there and punch him while he's being a punching bag and you just fill up his bravado more and more so that he just stays in that phase. But once we added those extra thought bubbles as a visualization for how much bravado he actually has. And then I also did go in and tweak a couple of spots to make it a little easier to drop his bravado as well.
And I'd say that's really what makes these fights so much fun to play too, is when you understand how they work and you're unraveling that yarn, you're peeling apart that onion to figure out how a character can be best defeated. There's a dopamine loop in there that's really, really addictive.
Yeah.
That's all we've got.
All right.
All right.
Well, we're so thankful that you came here to watch us and asked us questions, and we got to show you much more of what we've been working on.
And thanks to everybody who did watch, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please do give the demo a try if you haven't already. And if you love the demo, please give the game a wish list as well. You'll also see in both the demo and eventually the full game this little Discord button here, and if you want to hang out with us and ask more questions off stream, feel free to join the Discord and ask away, because we will be more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to end it. So thank you for coming. I'm going to turn off the mic and I'm going to stop the stream. See you guys.